Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to listen to some mumbly jumbly. All the way from St. Albans, your host for tonight, Abs the Magic, Supercoach Godfather.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining. Today's episode, we're going to discuss two games, okay? Just coming down. It's going to be actually a short one. I'm going to discuss the Geelong and Hawthorn game, and then I'm going to discuss the Gold Coast and Essendon game. Now, the Gold Coast and Essendon game, I actually switched it off, and then they called it off. So it actually worked out well because I was so disappointed. It was really disappointing. But the camera work, I mean, come on. It's 2023, all right? 2023, and you can't find a cameraman. How bad was the camera work? I got dizzy. I got dizzy. My head is still spinning. I'm not happy. Anyway, before I continue with the reviews or the previews or whatever they call it, I think it's a review. Just come down. Before I continue, I have two announcements, and they're back to back. Okay, and this is number one announcement is the Jock Reynolds site. 16 more to go. Whoever is the 1,000th, I'm going to show me a screenshot and I'm going to put you on my next channel, okay? Next video, if you're the 1,000th subscriber for Jock Reynolds. Also, let's keep going down. There's another one here. Where is he? Okay, hang on. Just coming down. Dr. Supercoach. He's at 951. He needs 49 more. Let's get these two legends up to the top. These two have been dinosaurs. Okay, let's get them both. Let's get them both to 1,000. Let's let them make some money as well. Okay, we don't make much. It's not. I got my first pay packet the other day. Well, I didn't get it out yet, but it's not much. Okay, so maybe I can buy myself 2 coffees with it, but it's better than nothing. Okay, so let's buy these guys some coffees. Just press subscribe. It's for free, and they can get some coffees as well. Okay, but these are expensive coffees. They weren't cheap coffees. All right, just coming down. Anyway, let's get on to the preview. I have one more announcement. I forgot to make this one. On a video yesterday, I said that I was going to put up a league for you guys, which I am. Now, I said it'll be next week sometime, which it will be, but it'll be on Friday. It'll be on one of the Friday videos. I can't tell you which video because I don't know which videos I'm making on Friday, but it'll be on a video on Friday next week. I'll post up a league that you can all join. Only 18 can join because there's me in there, and I've already allocated one spot for somebody special for me. So there's going to be 2 spots taken in that league. There's 18 spots available. All right. So I don't know where, when. Well, I know when. It'll be Friday, but I don't know which video. Okay. So let's continue. We're now going to go to the Essendon Gold Coast game, and this game was terrible. I couldn't watch it. Okay. I seriously got a headache. I was dizzy, and I haven't recovered. It's been like an hour, 2 hours, and I haven't recovered. My head is spinning. I've never felt this way. I felt like I went to Luna Park, and I'm going on these roller coasters. It was terrible. 2023, man. I can't get a cameraman. Unbelievable. It's called tripod. Next time, look, are you listening? Fox Sports, it's called a tripod, okay? They sell them everywhere. That you can buy one at Kmart. Just coming down. Anyway, now, Gold Coast, King, I would not put him on field. If you put him on field, it's season over. You can't put him on field. And it's too expensive to put on the bench. One player didn't put him there is Long. I actually put him in there and I crossed him off. I was so upset with him. But Long is there too, but I just crossed him off. It made me upset. He was training with with Abs Magic all pre-season. And yeah, he went for a run. He took a couple. He looked fast. He didn't do much. Well, if he did, the cameraman didn't show it because I was dizzy. I couldn't see it. But from what I saw, it didn't look like much. I mean, he didn't take it like 10 marks. He probably took maybe 2 or 3. It wasn't a game that it wasn't a high scoring role for him. So I crossed him off. King, I crossed him off. Witch looked sensational. He was tackling. He was rucking like Gorn and tackling like Grundy. He became Gorn and Grundy in one hit. He looked awesome. But the problem was, he was up against their second or third ruckman, so Draper wasn't playing when he was playing. So, yeah, which looked good, but Constable looked good. I like Constable. He played in defence, took the kick-ins, a few of them. I'm very impressed. You can almost put him on field. He'll be good for a 60-70. I'm very happy with Constable. So maybe even more. I don't know what the point scoring was today. I just couldn't see the ball. My head's still spinning. Now, I went to Essendon. Okay, Merritt. It looked good in the first quarter. It looked not bad. Parrish looked good. Took a lot of clearances. It looked okay. Not good on the eye. But then you expect these from these two. Now, this Essendon game plan, I don't know if it suits these guys, because I don't know if Essendon know what the game plan was. They said that in the presser last week or 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I can't remember, they said they're going to play this possession out of defence. You know, it sounded good. I got excited. I put Ridley straight in my team. It made me very happy. What do? They get the ball, they just kick it anywhere. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I thought, this can't be right. This can't be Essendon. There must be another local club or something. It's not Essendon. It was Essendon. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Okay, Ridley took his intercept marks. Okay, took a few. Took some kick-ins. He did his job. But the role that I was expecting them to kick the ball to Ridley. He gets the ball, switches play, goes to the other end. They come back, hold possession of the ball. There was nothing like this. It was just kick the ball straight to a pack. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I thought Scott was a good coach. He was going to teach these boys how to play defensive. I was shocked. Anyway, yeah, the entire defense, it was shambles. It was absolutely. If Gold Coast really defended their forward line really well, or Essendon just didn't have a system. There was actually no system. I was shocked. And yeah, Nick Martin impressed me. However, he's not going to be Supercoach relevant because of his price, but he really impressed me. He was very clean with the ball. He was probably the most impressive player that I've seen, besides Merritt, who looked very impressive as well when he had the ball. But yeah, that's my highlights from this game. There was no highlights for me. There was nothing. Maybe a couple of these Parrish clearances, maybe Witt's tackles and a Constable kickouts, but I didn't see much in this game. I was very disappointed. All I saw was the floor. The cameraman was spinning the camera everywhere, and it was terrible. All right, next game. Now, from the Geelong and Hawthorn game, Mitch Cleary says Geelong's Jack Henry has suffered a foot injury, the same injury he missed 8 games with last year. Now, that's not good news for Jack Henry, which then goes to Ratagalia's situation, which I'm going to discuss right now, because Ratagalia looked very impressive, and I was worried about his job security, but now it's a lock. I mean, if Jack Henry's injured, depending on how bad the injury is, but if it's 8 weeks, it's good news for Ratagalia, not good news for Jack Henry, so we'll see how that pans out. All right, let's continue. Okay, now going back to Ratagalia, in the first quarter especially, looked very strong. Intercept marking. Now Geelong caused a lot of pressure up the field, so teams usually just bomb the ball forward. Ratagalia's going to swallow all those balls. He's a good mark, and he's actually as good, if not better, than Stewart when it comes in the air. So Ratagalia, which then enables Stewart to move up the ground a little bit more, which is quite good for Stewart. So Stewart was acting more like a half-back flanker, centre half-back. Stewart had a better role than his normal role, and which is good signs for him as well. Which with Ratagalia pretty much playing the full-back role, but really well. Very impressed with Ratagalia, and you can virtually put him on field now. You can put him in at F6. I've got no problems. I might have to restructure my entire forward line if I don't like the way Zeebel's going to play. So I can actually feel comfortable now fielding Ratagalia. So, which means I can spend cash elsewhere. So my whole structure of my team may change now because of one player just coming down. Okay, we'll see how he goes. Now, Bowes, very impressed with this young man. I originally was not interested in him up until I started this game. Even when I started watching this first quarter, I saw him playing in a forward line. I said, no, I'm not interested. Then I saw him in the midfield. Even in the forward line, He was tackling. He was winning the ball. He was clean possession. He looked really good. I was shocked, actually. I've never seen Bowes look this good. So Geelong's got a bargain. Geelong picked up a bargain. They got him for free. They got a free pick out of him. So they did well. I think all the other clubs should have taken note and copied Geelong and picked up this young kid. He looked really good. I was very impressed. I'm going to actually put him in my team. He's a sub risk, I know, but I'm going to risk it. It's okay. If I put him in as a sub, it's going to happen. If it's going to happen, what can you do? I'm going to risk it. Now, Holmes... he impressed. He was very good. Played a bit of inside mid. Started the first 2 CBAs in the midfield, and then moved on to the wing, back into the midfield. They were just testing the players around. It was hard to tell who's going to play where. I think they were just playing around with the players because you saw danger in there a few times, and you saw danger forward. So they were pretty much just giving everybody a run. So you can't really take much note of today's game. Which is the worrisome thing. So we've got to see one more week, and might change our minds on Bowes as well. So we'll see how he goes the following week. All right. But so far, Bowes, Holmes impressed me, but I don't think I'll start him because of his price and because of that wing possibility. Now, another player that impressed me was Braun. Again, played a lot of midfields, played a bit of forward, kicked 4 goals or 3 goals. He had a day out. He was probably best on ground. I didn't even know what the kid looked like until today. I'd never seen him before. Well, I have, but I haven't. So he was impressed. But again, his price. And is he going to play mid? Is he going to play forward? Is he going to be the sub? Like, too many risks. You got Bowes and Braun. Yeah. Then we move on to the Hawks, because that's pretty much it for Geelong. There's not much more there was to look at. I mean, they're the ones that I was chasing and looking at. Now, with the Hawks... Weedle, he didn't impress me at all. The young kid played against a muscle man virtually. He was muscled out most of the game. Played on a wing. It looked out of sorts, to be honest. I don't know if he'll even play round 1 after watching today's game. So, and if he does, we've got to put him on our bench. You can't put him on the field. You can't do that, okay? Just come down. You can't do that. Now, next, Newcomb. I felt sorry for him. He had no one helping him. He was virtually on his own. It was virtually him versus the whole of Geelong midfield. Newcomb had no help. He's going to miss Teamich. He's going to miss Jagger Amira. I saw him at times. He had the ball. He had nowhere to give it to. He couldn't kick it. He was going to kick it to no one. He couldn't handball it because he was going to handball to no one. I felt sorry for him. He was on his own. He needs help, and unfortunately, because of this, his disposal efficiency is going to drop because he's got no one to kick it to. Or it has to be a perfect kick each time. Yeah, which then goes to Warpool, who didn't help Newcomb. I didn't see him helping much. I think Warpool, it wasn't his best game. He can't kick. All he does is handball, and you're not going to score points handballing. So unfortunately, he's got no confidence. Poor kid. He's a good kid. He's tough. He tries his best, but it's a tough game, football. Now, Green, you can't put him on your field. You can't put him at F6, okay? You can put him at F7, and if you have your F8 not playing, you can put the emergency on him in case he has a day out and kicks 5 or 6 goals, but he's going to have a lot of bad games, okay? Because Hawthorn, the midfield's going to be struggling. And Green playing forward for Hawthorn, it's going to be a hard year for Hawthorn from what I've seen. It was all kids today, and Green's going to struggle. He's going to kick a few goals here and there, 2 or 3 goals, but he's on the bench at F7. Lock him in. He's going to make cash, but he's not going to make you that 200k cash. He's not going to be one of those big cows. He's going to be a slow burn. Now, for Gold Coast, I forgot one player. All right, I've got to mention him. It's Flanders. He impressed me. He looked very good. One problem, he had no midfield time. He did, but it wasn't much. And Took Miller wasn't there, and he didn't have much midfield time. Imagine what happens when Took Miller gets there. So I've crossed him off the watch list. I can't start him. He's too expensive at 250k. He's going to play forward pocket, half forward. He's a great kid. He's going to be a champion, I reckon. He's got it. He's got the attributes. Just he's playing out of position for him, but it's not Gold Coast's fault. They got too many guns in their midfield. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for joining. Sorry I had a headache. I couldn't watch it properly. I'll try to do a review for 5 teams tomorrow. It's going to be a challenge. And virtually my whole team is going to change. I've got a few changes. The Essendon game, I wasn't expecting it. They've rattled me. They've rattled Ab's magic. So we're going to make some changes. And those changes you'll see next week. New team. And there's more games coming, so I've got to see these games as well. Anyway, thanks for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.